Aloha Ballroom, beautiful thing that you birthed here on Maui, I understand was Brian's brainchild.
Yes, it was. Dancing has always been my passion, and Brian does enjoy it tremendously with social aspect, but he's not really enjoying so much the competition or performance end. And there came a point where we realized that monies collected at a lot of local organizational levels goes to an Oahu organization or otherwise. And what we wanted to do was to keep the monies collected here on the island, and that was a major impetus for us to start the Aloha Ballroom Dance Academy. We also wanted to distinguish ourselves as having professional instruction, which has never been offered here on the island in a community-wide, affordable means to do so. So we created the nonprofit as an educational organization, but more important to us in the aspect of it being a nonprofit was our ability to give back. And we give back both to the students and to the community at large. So while our students are paying a very modest fee to take the dance classes, we also then give back to local charities such as Food Bank, homeless shelters, women's and children's child abuse centers, as well as the local chapters for larger organizations like the American Lung Association, the Heart Association, AIDS Foundation. And then the other way we give back is to offset costs for the dance community so that they can attend semi-formal functions at major hotels that we host twice a year at this time. And last year at our holiday ball, we not only presented a check to our homeless shelters here on the island, but we also told the students that we had contributed back $5,000 toward the cost of their tickets to make it more affordable for everyone.
That's exceptional. That's exceptional. We have a clip of you dancing. Would you tell everyone what we're going to see in this clip?
Sure. On this particular clip, I'm dancing with one of my students who competes and performs. His name is Terry Hans, and we are dancing a foxtrot. So this is what we would call a pro-am or professional and amateur dance couple, and doing this in a performance highlight.
Okay, well, let's watch the clip.
Okay.
Absolutely elegant.
Well, thank you very much. It's a lot of hard work the students put into doing the solo performances and the group performances, and it's quite an honor for me to be able to see people enjoy the music and the dancing to the depth that they do in the ballroom in Latin.
I've taken your classes,
Yes,
and
you have.
they're absolutely wonderful. That's how we met.
Yes.
I understand that it is the largest class in the whole state.
The entire state of Hawaii. We have anywhere from 200 to 300 students in a class. We host it at the Kihei Community Center. I do it with a wireless microphone so that we get good acoustics so that I can direct all the students. And we work on a 3-month basis, so they're quarterly classes. We always have a beginner level and an intermediate level. And those classes, which I instruct professionally, are preceded by a review session by some of the students who have taken under me and are excellent students. And they help the other students review what went on the previous weeks in classes. So the beginner level that we're currently doing is the rumba, which is a slow Latin dance. It's very romantic, very sway-like. And then we also are doing the tango, which is a very dramatic dance. Has a lot more staccato movements, and the music reflects that as well. And as the students progress along, we do the 3 months of the beginner level, and then the following quarter, that beginner level class moves to an intermediate level. So our current rumba will then next quarter be the intermediate rumba. Our intermediate tango will come back in about a year, year and a quarter cycle. And the next dance up then would be our waltz. So I always try to alternate a Latin and a smooth with the beginner and intermediate classes so that students get a little variety and yet going at a slow enough pace that regardless of their 2 left feet or a right and left set, they can actually learn to dance.
One thing I really experienced in taking your class is that there's really a sense of community. There's really a sense of people helping each other. People who had taken the class before couldn't have been more gracious in wanting to help me along. It's a real sense of community that goes on there.
And that is part of the social aspect of dancing. One of the points in doing the nonprofit was to bring together people from all different demographics, walks of life, ages. Our students range from 13 to 93. We have people who are professionals in medical fields, business owners, realtors. We have people who are artists, musicians, some who are students still in high school. So there's quite a variety. People come from as far away as Hawelo and Ka'anapali. So we definitely reach out. And one of the things that I'm very glad and touched that you noticed was the warmth of the people, because that in and of itself is how we want to be remembered, and that's why we chose the name Aloha Ballroom Dance Academy. And our entire organization is built on volunteerism. So every officer, every person who helps us with events, we have no salaried people in the organization, but it's really a group of people who are wanting to spread and share their happiness and joy they've received in the dancing with others. And the energy has been amazing.
Mm-hmm. Very true. You mentioned tango. There's a lot showing up around tango now in movies, and that's particularly, I think, called Argentine tango.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of? Mix. It's a mix.
It's a mix.
So, what kind of tango do you teach?
We teach the American tango. That's more of a dramatic tango, where the Argentine, the music has a little more of a softer undertone that goes through highs and lows. The footwork tends to be a little more intricate with kicks and flicks, and typically in the Argentine, it's a much closer embrace. But part of the social aspect with the ballroom and Latin dancing in the American tango, it makes it a little easier for us, in a sense, to move around in a pattern around the dance floor, if you will.
And you're also a professional competitor, and you have a private dance instruction as well.
That's correct. I'm currently doing my professional competing with my students, which is Pro-Am. And I have a private image dance studio, which is my private lesson studio. And that does everything from individual instruction for men or women and couples who may want to take dance lessons for their wedding's first dance, people going on a cruise, some for just social dance reasons. But I also then have other students who take it to a higher level where they want to be a more improved social dancer, perform, and also competitive dancers. So it runs the gamut there within the private lesson group. And I also do group classes very intermittently. I do small group classes and large group classes. And that kind of rounds out and fills in the other peripheral dances that I may not cover at the Aloha Ballroom.